Go ahead. Enjoy.
Is this TikTok pasta?
No, I know how afraid you are of getting AIDS. Just try it. I'll tell you where I got the recipe. Hmm?
It's good. There's like an aftertaste of anger and stupid politics. Facebook?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Movies.
Trends.
Intro.
Plop.
Oh, kids.
Fire.
Rip off. Hi, Davey. I'm awesome. This is Josh, Film Bestie.
Who are those people?
Your nephews.
There's a lot of them in there.
Are you talking about the people watching us right now?
Yeah, like that one right there picking his nose.
Didn't think we could see you, did you? And this is How Dare You? Where we take movies that were incessantly bashed and we look at you and say, how dare you?
I'll say it anyway.
And this is the special edition. One we have been meaning to get through for a long time. Not just movies that have been bashed, but an actor himself who gets incessantly bashed despite the fact that he makes gold that people look at as if it's brass.
Dude, I don't like Robert Pattinson.
Nobody does. Even he doesn't like himself. Batman ruiner. No. No, Josh. We are not talking about the worst Batman. That includes George Clooney. We are talking about Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage!
Really? But yes, Nicolas Cage. We're going to go through 4 of his movies that people bash, never give a chance to, and we're going to look at you and go like, how dare you?
Yeah. Leaving Las Vegas was awesome. I don't remember a thing about it, except, but I just know it was awesome because he was in it.
And because he was a drunk? Is that what inspired you?
No, what inspired me was the girl from Karate Kid. You know what?
No, first movie. A World War II film that people said wasn't very good, even though that might mean you're racist.
He wasn't Saving Private Ryan?
No. How awesome would that have been?
Would have been so awesome.
Yeah. Really? Gotta go save Ryan? No. He was in a movie called Wind Talkers.
I'm sorry. That used to be a euphemism for farting. But anyway, this is a good movie.
I was just breaking wind, but okay. Yes, this was a good movie. A movie where he's a soldier, does what he's told, so they put him over a Navajo. Because based on their language, they had a code. This was a real thing that happened, and it was really the only code that was never cracked by the enemy side. And his job is to protect the code. But they make it clear, not the Native American. Which gives him a conflict. When the Native American is in trouble, do I save him or do I kill him and protect the code?
The worst part is when he had to run from all those Vietnamese dudes after that sergeant totally betrayed him and then threw his arms up in the air and died. I cried.
That's Platoon.
Who died in Wind Talkers?
Christian Slater got his head chopped off.
Yeah, I don't think that would make anyone sad these days.
No, it was funny.
Yeah.
I'll give it this. It probably didn't do that well because whenever people see World War II movies, they always want us versus the Nazis. We often forget that we fought someone else.
Yeah, we fought the Eskimos.
Japan.
That's what I said.
They're not even close to the same thing.
But they both know Kung Fu.
Okay.
You know who else knows Kung Fu? Nicolas Cage!
Maybe. But either way, it was a good World War II movie, focusing on not only the Japanese part of the war, but also, again, this conflicting story of a man who wants to do his duty, but at the same time feels like he's got enough riding on his conscience. It's a great, great film. And none of you gave it a chance.
And yet you all liked Dances with Wolves, but you couldn't like this? Man.
Dances with Wolves was a great movie.
It was, but this had Nicolas Cage. Oh, he would have been great in Dances with Wolves.
That would have been great to listen to that Nic Cage voice telling him his name is Tumani Tutanka Owachi.
Oh, he should have. They should remake all of Kevin Costner's movies with him.
Especially Robin Hood. But either way, Wind Talkers was great. How dare you?
How dare all of you, especially you and you. This next totally triumphant Nic Cage vehicle. That would be so awesome, a vehicle that looks just like him. Anyway, this one has the guy from Sons of Anarchy and Hellboy. And other people in it too. But most importantly, Nic Cage. And it's called Witch of the Season.
Season of the Witch.
Sandwich, yeah.
Yes, Season of the Witch. Starring Nicolas Cage and Ron Perlman. So, immediately just hearing who was in the movie, I was like, this is amazing. Then I'm like, wait, this is set back in the time of the Crusades? My nipples are hard. A movie about Nic Cage and Ron Perlman. They're fighters in the Crusades. And they start having a conflict about what they're doing. They realize that they're not just fighting Muslims, they're fighting innocent Muslims. They're basically being told to kill people who had nothing to do with that holy war. So they desert. And while they're deserted, they get caught, but told, instead of being executed for desertion, which was the punishment for desertion back then.
Man, eating dessert was dangerous.
Desertion, like leaving. Not desert, fatty.
Oh.
Instead of killing you, we're going to make you transport this girl to the Vatican because we think she's a witch. And spoilers, she's more than a witch. But this movie got bashed. People said it was unoriginal. How is this unoriginal? Yes, we'd seen Crusade movies. Most of them garbage. I don't know of a lot of movies where they're transporting a witch. I know movies where they kill witches, sure. But either way, this witch that's basically terrorizing them the entire way, killing everyone in her path, having wolves come fight him. Demon-possessed wolves!
That's just awesome.
You had Nic Cage and Ron Perlman fighting demon-possessed wolves. That should be a whole reason to watch a movie right there.
That is so fetch.
Yet, not only did people not watch it, but they said, oh, this is an original, and it's just Nic Cage and his overdoing it stuff. You know what? He doesn't overdo it. He does it to the extreme!
That's high praise.
And then the fact is most of you didn't even see Season of the Witch. You just judged it based on the cover.
It's on Tubi. Check it out. It's free. What do you got to worry about?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's Cage.
It's Cage, Perlman, swords. How dare you?
Dare how you.
For the next entry of the Nic Cage movies, I will say it was not really bashed, just fell under the radar. It did well for a second, but people didn't appreciate it for really the really good movie that it was. The movie 8mm.
Oh, yeah. The one with the Joker, and they caught that guy doing things with movie cameras and killing people.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix. Yes, he was in it. A good movie that I will understand for some people, yes. A little tough to watch. The subject matter is a little extreme. A rich old woman's husband dies, and amongst his personal belongings, she finds a snuff film and hires a private detective, Nic Cage, to investigate and hopefully prove that this was just a fake film, no real girl died, and Well, I'm sure you can imagine that that's just not what happened. Goes into the underground adult world to the illegal stuff. A little bit graphic when it comes to that, but ultimately it was a very good, very compelling movie that wasn't even received well enough to get a decent sequel. The sequel was freaking terrible and had nothing to do with the original.
I know I hated Cruel Intentions.
No, I'm talking about 8mm 2.
Pretty sure Cruel Intentions was also a sequel to that.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it killed a couple of careers.
Fair enough. But yes, a great movie. Had Tony Soprano in it before he was Tony Soprano.
Dude, he was born Tony Soprano. You're weird.
No, he was James Gandolfini. Rest in peace.
Nic Cage, everybody.
8mm is awesome. If you haven't seen it, which most of you haven't, you should.
Totally. But don't see it while drunk, because I hardly remember now.
That's anything you watch. For our last Nic Cage really.
Let me. It is the greatest Nic Cage movie ever made in the history of all. That is Nicolas Cage. By Nicolas Cage. For Nicolas Cage. Freedom. And that is Willy's Wonderland.
I let him because he finally guessed right. But yes, Willy's Wonderland. Movie that came out way before Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Better than that movie.
It is funny that the knockoff of a Five Nights at Freddy's movie is better.
Way better. Nic Cage proved it.
Yeah.
He proved himself as an actor. He played the part Marcel Marceau by saying nothing, and still his Nic Caginess burst over the screen.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
Doing what a lot of us want to do, which is go find those little animatronic rats and stuff and beat the crap out of them.
The sequel to this needs to be the sequel to that movie, Killer Clowns. He gets hired to clean up this circus-like area they land. They try to take him, but he just keeps kicking their butts.
That would be awesome. A sequel to Killer Clowns and Willy's Wonderland connecting.
And he's the guy kicking the crap out of him.
That would be great.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
But seriously, I do think it's funny that they try to deny that it is at all inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. They go, well, that's just coincidental. Come on, guys. A little too coincidental. But, like I said, they couldn't get the rights to it, so they made it. And honestly, the Five Nights at Freddy movie that came out later, meh.
Boring as hell.
It was alright. I wouldn't say it was good, just, it was alright. I wouldn't say I was bored, but I wasn't nearly as entertained as watching this.
Yeah.
Like, it made me want to go drink soda and beat up an animatronic.
And find out who that blonde chick in this was. Oh, yeah. But Nic Cage rocked it.
But then this was also one of those movies that people either bashed it or it just didn't get seen. A lot of people don't even know this movie exists. And that is sad.
It exists. It's on Tubi. Free.
It's free. You just gotta sit through a few ads. You can do it. We used to sit through a lot more than that. They were called commercials. And like he said, a completely silent performance. Didn't say a word. But still, you got that Nic Cage badassery. Like you saw in movies like Face Off or Ghost Rider.
Where else are you going to see a movie where a guy with his hands tied behind his back kicks so much butt to head, shoulders, knees and toes, other than Nic Cage?
And honestly, I don't think anybody else could pull that off.
No, it would look weird.
But him looked right at home. On that note, yes, okay, Nic Cage, he's an actor who's very over the top, but you know what? He plays parts that are over the top, so it works.
And even if the movies are bad, he makes them good.
Yes, not always. Okay, there are some stinkers out there, Mandy. But a lot of the movies that you guys bash is just because you're not giving it a chance. He's done better than National Treasure. And that's why, for these movies particularly, Wind Talkers, Season of the Witch, 8mm, and Willy's Wonderland, we stand firmly, bold, and proud as we say, how dare you!
Oh!
There you have it. That's our How Dare You Nic Cage edition. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we enjoy watching Nic Cage movies. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications for when I post videos.
Wait. Hold on. That couple's making out.
And leave a comment I can respond to in my next comment corner. Give me some other Nic Cage movies that have been bashed that you think we should say how dare you to. Love you guys.